if you really look at the gospel passage and really study it and reflect upon it, you'll see that this is a very strong condemnation of Jesus towards the scribes and the Pharisees. And in fact, this passage is from Matthew 23, and really as you go through the gospel, Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John, you see that Jesus' critique of the religious leaders gets more intense. There's a bunch of lines that I love to bring out. I'm just going to bring out a couple of them here. Here's one here, that they love places of honor at banquets, seats of honor in synagogues, greetings in marketplaces, and the salutation, Rabbi. It's very interesting here that the word love appears, and this might be really the heart of the problem. You know, it's common, whether it's in the religious life, in our political life. I mean, look, we've had a year of burdens and things canceled and all this other stuff, but then, you know, we watch the news and, you know, the leaders that impose these burdens of us aren't practicing them themselves. You know, they're traveling, they're getting haircuts, you know, all those sort of things. So it's a common human tendency, you know, that happens. But this word love, as they love places of honor. Remember, the object of love is meant to be what? It's meant to be God and our neighbor. Okay, that's the Old Testament there. You know, all the laws and the prophets, it's all about what? It's about we should love God and we should love the neighbor as ourselves. Their love is directed at affirmations back to themselves. Okay, you can see how that's a really deeply spiritual flaw there. The love that they have is not directed at God, at neighbors, but it's directed at affirmations which are meant back towards them. And that they encourage the others whom they're supposed to tell, you know, to love God and love neighbor. They're telling them to love themselves, you know, to love the scribes and the Pharisees. That's why I said it's a very strong critique here. Very problematic. On top of that, then, Jesus kind of lays in an implicit comparison with them to himself. They tie up heavy burdens hard to carry and lay on people's shoulders. Oh boy, that's just the image of the cross right there, right? I mean, we've been going to the Stations of the Cross. Jesus has this heavy burden placed literally on his back. The Pharisees are placing heavy burdens, but not on themselves. They're placing it on others. And then here's the strong line, but they will not lift a finger to move them. What a striking difference between those Pharisees, those scribes, and Jesus. Jesus has a heavy burden, but first and foremost, he places it on his own shoulders. And then he invites others to join with him in carrying their crosses. You see, God, who is love always moves down. Okay, so the incarnation is about what? The love of God from the glory of heaven moving down to us. Love always has that projection towards down to the lowliness. Because love, as I said at the very beginning of this reflection, love is all about what? The object is about something else, or someone else in this case, God and neighbor. Love is never directed back at ourselves like it is with the Pharisees and scribes. And so the love of God, which he continues to show forth, is what? It's all about what? Humbling, coming down, and assisting, aiding, and loving the other. That's who God is in a nutshell, and that's what God is trying to bring out from the disciples. So remember, this is Jesus instructing us how to be disciples. And in other religions, discipleship was always, you became a disciple for one day, what? To become the leader. You know, you became a disciple so that one day you become a master. But in Jesus, in the Christian faith, we become a disciple and we grow and learn to be a disciple for the purpose of what? For becoming a better disciple. You know, always having God as our Father, our teacher, and our master. You know, always having him there, never trying to be him. but just to imitate the love that he's shown forth. He is the master, he is the Lord, he is the Father. But what does he do? He comes down, he loves, and he takes on our heavy burdens and asks us to join him in that process. May God bless you.